Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Dark Souls 3 OST reaction. And now we are moving on to what is essentially like the big stuff. And it's it's still kind of astounding that after 8 years, the DLCs for Dark Souls 3 are the sort of ones that have aged almost beautifully, because we will get to first of all, I promise you guys there are a few others that I do want to cover, like from practically all the DLCs, but the reason why I think the ones for Dark Souls 3 stand above the rest is because there's just enough content and there's enough story to them, and there's so much potential to the stories that they go out to create that are of their own. And curiously enough, there's only like 6 bosses between the two DLCs, 2 for Ariandel and 4 for the Ring City. And well, if I had... Listen, when the time comes and I will be doing like an entirely deathless run of Dark Souls 3, I absolutely almost wanted to take the time to talk about like the story and even just the build-up to getting to this boss, where you have to fight through all the way down from the Dreg Heap, and then you plunge what can only be described as straight into hell just to fight this boss. I mean, quite literally, you just drop from a great height and you descend to what can only best be described as Firelink Shrine from the very first game, and then, well, as I said, you fight you fight technically 2 bosses, both Demon in Pain and Demon from Below, and well, for once you drop and the music begins, it is literally it's the best this series has come so far into describing plunging into hell. And, well, what does plunging into hell sound like when it comes to Dark Souls 3? Well, let me demonstrate. I mean, I know I said before about describing this fight as like plunging into hell, but what I can't necessarily summarize to you guys is the fact that hell is even one of those things that's kind of... It's never really here nor there when it's talked about in Dark Souls. The closest thing we could possibly get to seeing hell is possibly the old Chaos from Dark Souls 2. But this takes the cake in that regard, because the old Chaos is more described as a nebulous concept of the sort of things that spawn from the failure of trying to create life. This, however, is worse than the Abyss, worse than the old Chaos. It is basically there's no hope, no future, no light that exists in this place. It's just being scrambling and will pounce upon anything that comes in their way. suppose, like, for what it's worth, I may as well put in the fact that it sort of does transition into its second stage by this point. So what I'm actually going to do is showcase to you guys exactly what happens when it enters its second phase. Because unlike other bosses in this game, you can only kill the Demon Prince, get to fight the Demon Prince's the second stage of this fight if you manage to reduce one of the two demons' health to 0. And then, well, basically, you've got to get one of these bars down to 0, and then you've got to kill the other. But even that, there's no mercy because of what happens next. So basically, this guy decides to kill Demon in Pain last, which means that, well, the moveset is going to be incredibly different when he fights, well, what's coming next. You killed him, and then this happens. Right? So yeah, that's just, I just want to give you like that visual style of basically, well, fighting the equivalent of Satan in Dark Souls. And well, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely up there as one of the best OSTs that Dark Souls had to offer, because it's as good as the fight in many ways. Because, like I said, like for the third time now, you're fighting these two abominations, these demons, deep underground, and well, by the time the prince emerges, it is literally like fighting Satan. And what's fantastic many ways about fighting Satan, even in this place, is that, oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to forget it anytime soon. And when you can actually fight this thing, and when you realize that you can actually defeat it, there's nothing quite like it. Because the fight in this, against the Demon Prince is fantastically balanced as well. It's not the hardest fight in the game, I would say, because once you learn its pattern and you learn about its combos, you can get like a really good handle in a very satisfying way, and that's the thing that really comes to mind when I think about fighting the Demon Prince. It is incredibly satisfying, and it's even probably one of the first boss fights I've ever had while playing Dark Souls. Is that I legitimately like didn't even bother attacking it for several times in a row because it felt more fun to just sort of see what else it could do if there was something I was not seeing. You're sort of part of the reasons why I enjoy this game Dark Souls 3 so much is because it just sort of clicked that I was enjoying it, and I absolutely reserve the right to enjoy it. That is fantastic in itself, if you ask me. And with all that being said and done, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this reaction to the Demon Prince OST for Dark Souls 3, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.